Motivation. I don't actually know the words. You know it's going to be a good video when you have a hard time finding motivation to make the video about finding motivation? What if it's an omen? Do you struggle with getting out of bed every morning? Is every small task slowly becoming more daunting? If you answered yes to either of these questions, congratulations! You probably have moderate to severe depression. I'm Awkward Noah, and this week I asked you what you wanted me to help you with. You wanted me to help you with? You wanted me to help you with. Anyway, I put up 2 topics on Instagram, and shockingly, the one on the right seemed to attract more attention. It's not like everyone was skipping through stories and accidentally just clicked on that option, right? Either way, the winning topic for this week's video was finding motivation. Which, no, is not a dismal sequel to Finding Nemo where all of his family is killed by pollution and Nemo just can't find the motivation to keep going. Wow, that was dark. Always a good reason to recycle. Anyway, as someone who also finds it hard to feel motivated, I have researched so you do not have to. I've come up with 5 handy tips for you to remember when you're a chap caught in a trap in dire need of a nap. Now let's get into it. Finding motivation is a lot like finding the next big news story, you see? And to find the next big news story, all you gotta remember is the 5 W's. If you don't remember high school English class, the 5 W's are who, what, when, where, and why. These are typically used to remember how to write the lead paragraph in a news article. But today, I'm going to use them to show you how to feel motivated. I'm not just a pretty face, you know. Okay. Let's start with the first W. Who? I'm not talking about Cindy Lou Who, the band The Who, or the question Owl City asks when they tell him someone said he can't have 10 million fireflies released into the audience. Who told me I can't? Who? Because he's an owl, right? Get it? I don't know. I'm not funny. I'm asking the question, who are you? Yes, like the question the caterpillar asks Alice, all while blowing a hookah in her face. The first thing you have to remember is who you are. Remember who you are, Simba. Remember who you are. In order to get out of the slump, you've got to know who you are. You are not a failure. You are a boss and you shine like glass. Knowing what you're capable of and what you're not capable of is good. That way, you're not setting yourself up for failure even before you begin. But do make sure you're not over or underselling yourself. How might you check on that, you ask? By knowing who you can count on. Find those friends and loved ones who can encourage you, but also read you to filth when you need it. They'll be there to help you through the thick and thin and can help you manage your goals. But don't forget, they've all got their own personal journeys as well. There's going to be some times when no one's around to give you a pick-me-up. What do you do then? Now's the time you got to ask yourself, who do I look up to? Sometimes we look at other people's successes in order to give us some inspiration. Whether it's Janet Jackson or Annie Hathaway, many of our idols have also suffered from depression and lack of motivation as well. Looking to their stories and all the hardships they've overcome is always quite encouraging to me, which is why diverse representation is so important in media. We all need someone we can look up to and see ourselves in. And who knows, maybe you'll be that person that people look up to in the future. That's definitely what I want to do. Which is exactly my next question. What do you want to do? Do you want to get out of bed today, get dressed, exercise, tackle a project? I don't know. It doesn't matter what the goal is. Now's the time to find out what you want to accomplish. Start small if you need to, or big if you work that way. You know, of course, I like it big. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Point is, it's time to realize your dream and find out what actually motivates you. Circling back to knowing who you are, we also know what gets us going. So, write a list. If reading biographies or watching movies about your goals uplifts you, then do it. Personally, what gets me going is the Alyssa versus Tati lip sync to Shut Up and Drive. Totally iconic. It doesn't matter what your incentive is, just as long as you have one. Shut up and drive, baby. It'd be really cool if Where were right now, but when Spy Kids came out, I learned how to say it the correct way. When Spy Kids came out? When? No? Whatever. You guys don't come here for perfect segues. You come here for my charming personality. Nah, they don't come here for that either. Comment below, what do you all come for? And maybe leave some video suggestions. And when it's time for me to make a new video, maybe yours will be the next one. When I make a new video? Anyway, when. This one's similar to my resolutions video in that we have a goal, but now we have to make a plan to make it a reality. When are you gonna get something done? Decide on a reasonable timeline. I always find when you sit and plan it out, the task seems a little less scary. When you break everything down, it allows you to see everything you need to do in smaller, clearer steps. No longer is it writing out a whole novel. It's planning out all the chapters and then writing them when you feel ready. Before you know it, you'll have the whole book written, and maybe it'll be the next Twilight. Though let's be real here, no one could give us better writing than in the movie. You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey. I've been told I look like Edward. Maybe it's the hair. The best part about planning what you're gonna do is you have a chance to pick the order. In most cases. Not every task is linear. If you wanted to clean the whole house, you can choose which room to tackle first. You hate washing the bathroom? Start with the kitchen, and then work your way onto the living room and the closet. That way, when you work at the little ones first, the hard ones seem a little less intimidating. Be sure to check out my resolutions video, where I explain how to set better goals. A shameless self-plug and a segue? I'm on a roll. Now where was I? Oh yes, where? This step is a great time to ask where you are gonna go with this. Is this a simple one-off task, or can it be used to jump off into something bigger? Especially if this motivation thing is an issue. It might be good to use this motivation streak if you have it. If you've gained momentum, now think about what else you can get done. But also take some time to think about where you're going to reward yourself. At what milestones do you deserve a break or a little celebration? Studies show that giving yourself incentives always give you that little push you need to stay on course. Just like how Shaggy and Scooby only need the promise of a Scooby snack to get it done. They always had it in them to do what they were scared of, they just needed a little push. It's up to you, with maybe the help from some friends, to set up where those metaphorical Scooby snacks lie on your journey. Because when it all comes down to it, we all have dog brains. But that's just because we're all big girls who understand that our work should not come for free. I wasn't going to say anything else. To counter that, we also need to understand where we reprimand ourselves for not completing tasks. If you're like me, sometimes the guilt is enough to push me to try harder, but other times it just crushes me. As most of these goals are likely personal ones, it's important to know where you draw the line because we will mess up. However, it's never healthy to punish yourself too hard because mistakes are inevitable. It's okay, as long as you understand why. See that? Perfect segue. Why are you doing this in the first place? This tip is the shortest of the 5 because it only comes up when you stumble. Understanding why you make a mistake helps us avoid making another in the future. Though, if it's getting too tough, you might need to start back at the beginning and go through all the steps again. Look back at the things that inspired you. Watch that movie. Read that essay. Dance to that lip sync for your life. Because when it comes down to it, sometimes you need that lip sync to light that fire under your butt again. Okay, now I'm just imagining myself replicating what they did, and that sounds like a fun video. Shut up and drive, 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 drive. If you want to see that happen, leave a like. And with that, we've come to the end of our video, or the beginning, I guess. Oh well, the point is, if you're looking to get motivated, just remember the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. If you like this video and you want to see more of me, I'd love if you could subscribe. I put out videos every single Friday, at least for now. You know, as long as I stay motivated. Honestly, it's freaking hard, man. So this video is helping quite a bit. If you got this far, remember, you are marvelous and you can do anything you set your mind to. See you next week. Bye! Did I do it? Yes. I need to be barked like a baby.